Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by hills and rivers, there lived a 22-year-old young man named Samir. He was gentle, soft-spoken, and had a heart full of kindness. But deep inside, he carried a weight, something heavy that no one else could see. Samir constantly struggled with self-doubt. No matter how hard he tried, he always felt like he wasn't good enough. He would look at others, people who seemed happy, confident, successful, and think, they have something special. I don't. Even when someone praised him, he'd brush it off, thinking they were just being polite. In his mind, a quiet voice whispered, "You're not enough. You never will be." That voice began to shape how he saw the world and himself. Slowly, Samir started pulling away from life. He stopped attending community gatherings. He avoided mirrors. He smiled less, talked less, and his dreams faded like the evening light. Each day felt heavy, like walking beneath a sky full of gray clouds. One afternoon, feeling overwhelmed, Samir wandered deep into the forest where he used to play as a child. He didn't know where he was going. He just needed to escape the noise in his heart. As the sun began to lower, he found something he had never seen before. A small, old wooden cabin resting quietly between the trees. It looked worn, but peaceful, as if it had been waiting. Outside the cabin sat an elderly man with a white beard and a calm presence. He wore simple clothes and had eyes filled with warmth, like someone who had seen life from every side. "You look like you've been carrying something heavy," the old man said gently. Samir didn't say anything, but his eyes said everything. The old man stood up, opened the cabin door, and motioned inside. "Come," he said, "let me show you something." Inside, the cabin was simple. No fancy decorations, just a clay lamp on a table, and leaning against the wall, a tall mirror with a wooden frame. Its edges were chipped and its corners dusty, but it stood steady. "Stand in front of it," the old man said. "Tell me what you see." Samir hesitated, then stepped closer and looked. "Just me," he said quietly. "Tired. Ordinary." The old man nodded slowly. "Now look again, but this time, be still. Breathe, and look not with your eyes, but with your heart." Samir took a deep breath. He stood quietly. At first, he saw the same tired face, but the longer he looked, the more he noticed. The shadows under his eyes weren't signs of weakness. They were signs of effort. His posture wasn't small. It was holding weight no one else had seen. His eyes weren't dull. They held quiet stories of patience, endurance, and silent prayers no one knew he had whispered. The old man spoke softly. "Most people look into mirrors only to fix their appearance, but a true mirror, it reflects your soul. The world might have made you feel like you're not enough, but you were created with purpose. You are enough. You were always enough." Samir's throat tightened. No one had ever said that to him before. Not like this. The old man continued, "What you see in the mirror changes when your heart begins to see clearly. If you look through harshness, you'll see only faults. But when you carry even a little mercy for yourself, you begin to see the light that was always there." Samir stared into the mirror again. This time, he saw someone who had held on through quiet storms. Someone not perfect, but sincere. Not loud, but steadfast. Someone who had been quietly fighting, yet never stopped walking forward. The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. "You don't need to chase perfection. You need to grow, reflect, and be kind to the soul you've been given. Your worth was never meant to come from people's praise. It's already written." Samir closed his eyes for a moment. A calmness filled him. Not the kind that comes from outside, but the kind that rises from within. Outside, the sun dipped low, casting a golden glow through the trees. Samir turned and said quietly, "Thank you. I think I forgot who I was." The old man smiled. "You didn't forget. You just needed to pause and remember. And when you feel lost again, don't be afraid to return. Or simply stand in front of a mirror, not to judge, just to reflect." Samir walked back through the forest. The path hadn't changed. The trees were the same. But something within him had shifted. The voice in his head, the one that once shouted, was now quieter. In its place, there was a small, growing peace. That night, when he reached home, he stood in front of his mirror. And this time, he didn't look away. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more peaceful, heart-healing stories that remind us of who we truly are. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Take time to reflect and never forget. The truth was always there. It just needed a quiet heart to see it.